This here is one of the most popular lightweight fifth wheel RV floor plans that you will find, and this is the Jayco Eagle version of it. So let's go take a look, come on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound, and we are here taking a look at the 2026 Jayco Eagle. This is their SLE, so this is going to basically be one of their more affordable fifth wheel RV models in the Eagle lineup. And the floor plan on this, it is the 24 MLE. Here we go, 24 MLE, as you can see right here. And then this is going to come with a 2-year base warranty and a 3-year structural warranty. Pretty much any other RV out there is going to come with a 1-year base warranty. So this is coming with that 2-year base warranty. It's also warranted for full-time RVing as well from Jayco. And then let's just go ahead and actually, you know, before we hop inside, we got to look at the specs here. We have some of them right here. Basically just under 30 feet. You can see it's 29 feet and a couple inches over. And then it has a cargo carrying capacity of 1,367 feet, and unloaded it's 8,133 pounds. Now, any fifth wheel RV though, you should be towing with a 3/4 ton truck. So this is something that you're gonna want at least like a 250 or a 2500 to be towing comfortably on this. A big reason for that is the hitch weight, but we'll go over some of those specs and stuff like that when we come back outside. As we step inside, really nice look and design in here. I am a fan of what Eagle's doing for their 2026 interior decor look. A couple things that I really like, and of course I want your feedback. Jayco wants your feedback. We want to know what you think and what your thoughts are, so let us know. But I really like that they're doing this cloth furniture. This is something that I wish more RV brands did. It's like a very subtle fabric material. So it's, you know, it almost looks like a leather until you touch it, and then you realize it is actually cloth. So what I like about this is it doesn't have the change in temperature like leather furniture does, whether it's hot or cold, and your skin doesn't stick to it the same way it does with leather, and it's not going to peel and crack like leather potentially can, or like the fake leather potentially can. Another thing I like about this is you get the ability to either lay out if you're shorter on this and take a nap, or you can cuddle up on this sofa, and all 3 of these cushions do recline. So you can actually recline all 3 of them, get an even larger surface to lay out on. This is all really nice. I know in my travel trailer, it's kind of designed similar to this, where there's 3 cushions there and all 3 of them can recline. Megan and I many times have cuddled up to watch a movie, and we'll recline all 3 seats, and it gives us just a nice big area to lay out on, and it's very comfortable. So I like that we're seeing that there. All 3 of these will recline. We got some storage space back behind here, and as we turn around, you got a nice L-shaped kitchen arrangement. Got your 32-inch screen TV directly across from the seating area. It is a little bit high up. That's something I'm kind of used to with my travel trailer as well, as it sits in that kind of same position there. And then you have a pretty standard dining table with 2 legs holding the table in place. You can remove those legs and the table will drop down to make that into an additional sleeping surface if you would like. And this is also cloth here as well. Now under this dining table, first of all, you have a Velcro to hold that backrest in place. And then under here, no access to storage there. You can see it is screwed in. So I had to get under there to see that. Back behind here, you do have the storage space there, so kind of like a shoe storage space. No heat vents in the floor, so all your heat vents are run underneath the cabinetry. And then underneath this dining area, this one does have storage underneath it. So you can see down underneath there, you got your storage, and it is a pretty good thickness on the base there of the dining seat. Coming into the kitchen area, you got outlets up underneath the cabinetry. We have storage space here, even a little bit of a shelf up over the top of the TV there. Got an Envision lineup of kitchen appliances. So you'll have an RV size microwave there. It is a wrapped countertop material. This is designed to be a little bit more lightweight here. Biggest thing with this is you just want to make sure like all of your caulking around here is always just maintained so that you don't get moisture that can get down behind the wrap material on this countertop or anything like that. Stainless steel sink here, dual basin, and then it does have the retractable faucet. On the windows, they are a pull-down black pleated shade. So they offer a degree of privacy, but not like total privacy, because when it is nighttime and you have the lights on inside this camper, you can kind of like make out the, you know, can like make out figures looking into the interior space. So that's just something to be aware of. It offers a pretty good degree of privacy, but it's not like full 100% complete privacy like the pull down blackout shade. So that's something just to be aware of. And usually you can only like make out, you know, what's going on inside the RV if you're like right up against the window. So that's something just to be aware of. You have your individual shut-off valves on the water lines. Absolutely love to be seeing that on these Jayco products. Good storage all through this space. Magnet latches to hold these doors closed. And then we have more storage all throughout here. Really great with that. Got a standard RV size oven. Nothing too significant there. And a really big drawer under here. That's like a really, really big drawer there. Could definitely fit a lot of stuff in that space. And then a 3-burner gas stove and vent fan here, and then storage all throughout this space. One thing I really like about these Jayco products is they have the ability to close the ducting vents here. There's a lot of campers that actually don't have the ability to close these vents, so you can control where the air is flowing out of. That's nice, especially if you just want like more airflow to go to the bedroom. You can close the vents out here. That's an option. Or if you just want, you know, to have the air just blowing in certain areas, things like that, you have the ability to adjust that. It's a whisper quiet AC system, so you can see the AC return vents right here, and the AC is actually up in the attic. And they have a proprietary ducting system here that is designed to just be basically as quiet as could be with dual ducting down the camper here. So very, very nice. With your refrigerator and freezer, you do have a pretty small freezer on this fifth wheel. I would say this is definitely designed a little bit more to be like just for camping and not so much for, you know, living in, because of the size of some of the appliances and whatnot. You could attempt to live in it if you want to. There's no saying you can't, but that's just kind of what I'm saying based off the size of the appliances. Have your pantry there with a motion activated light. Have your other speaker up here in the ceiling right there. Then we have a little coffee bar area, outlet in this corner, and storage space there with more storage space down underneath here. Solid wood cabinet doors and drawers. So they are a stained solid wood cabinet door. Very nice. As we go up into the bathroom, pretty standard size bathroom here. Does have pretty decent storage here. This storage will actually connect to your wardrobe closet. So if you were, you know, prepping, you could have the shirt that you're ready to wear there in that corner if you wanted to. And then you have some shelving here and then shelving there that's not connected to that storage. We'll see if there's washer dryer connections in there in a second. Got your shower here. I can tell the base of the shower drops down to about floor level, so you don't really lose much ceiling height, but I'm gonna get behind the camera and you can see here it is pretty shallow in this space. It's probably only about 6'3" tall, and then I definitely have to duck to get in to the bathroom. So I'm standing at about 6'2", 6'3" with my shoes on right now, and that is just something to be aware of. If you are over 6 feet tall, you're gonna have to duck to go in and out of this bathroom. But going in and out of the bedroom, there is no, you know, divider there where that door is at. So as we step into the shower, see here, ceiling height in here is just fine. I mean, there's a massive skylight in here. This skylight is absolutely huge. It covers the entire area of the shower. So you could be about 6'5" and probably fit in this shower. Shower head does sit a little low, so I'd have to duck to get underneath that. And then it has a flexible shower curtain right here. Yeah, some hooks to hang towels. One thing I've noticed with RVs, a lot of these towels are kind of designed, or the hooks are designed in areas where if you pee standing up, they're kind of in the splash zone of the toilet. So just something to be aware of. Also on this, this toilet paper area looks like it would be in the way when you're sitting on the toilet. Keep in mind, you got to close that door. And when you close the door, you're going to get some additional shoulder space there. And if I sit here, you can see there's a little bit of shoulder room here. I would say most people are going to comfortably fit on this toilet without too much worry. You have to be a fairly large person to have your shoulder hit up against that wall there. Not saying it's not possible though. It is possible that you could find it a little bit more restrictive. You have individual shutoff valves on all your major water lines. Love that. Good storage here underneath the sink. It has this nice wood grain finish here on the countertop and a plastic sink there, plus your medicine cabinet. And then we have liquefied. This is a black tank treatment you can get for your RV on Amazon as well as Walmart and at Blue Compass stores across the country. So if you are in any kind of RV, you can find this in the pod formula, liquid formula, or tablet formula to make sure your black tank stays healthy, make sure everything decomposes properly in your black tank, and keeps your RV smelling fresh. You have a tankless water heater, and as we go into the bedroom, let's look at something real quick. Hang on, let me look something up. So it's a 60 by 80 queen size bed, and there are no washer dryer connections in this camper. So if you ask me, that's a little bit of a miss. It seems like it's something they probably could have figured out a way to do, because there's other brands that make this floor plan that do have washer dryer connections. But that being said, I don't think most people camping in a camper like this will actually be in positions where that washer and dryer will ever be needed or necessary. I know I live in my travel trailer full time throughout portions of the year, so I guess partially full time, and I don't have a washer dryer in my travel trailer, and it doesn't affect anything that I do except for the fact that I have to go to a laundromat every, couple weeks or so. But you have some really good storage through here. And then as we turn this way, we do have a wardrobe slide out. So this is a little slide here in the bedroom, gives you a little bit of walking space around the bed as well. And then we have spot there to hang clothes. Nice big area there. Little bedside table space, or a little accessory tabletop, outlets here, and we got 2 drawers there as well. That does not lift up or anything like that. Might be nice to have a little mirror in this space maybe. Then we got our bedside tables, outlets, and USB ports on both sides of the bed with some storage here. We have this Overlander package here. So basically, if you added an inverter to this camper, you can start getting power to the outlets from your battery system. Second AC here in the bedroom, so you'll have no problem staying nice and cool in here. You can probably fit about a 32-inch screen, or 32 or 35-inch screen TV, kind of whatever that standard size is. I'm blanking on what that what that exact size is. That's usually normal. There on the wall. And before I get too ahead of myself, getting a little hot in this camper. Ooh, sorry for bumping the camera there. You have your storage underneath the bed. It does go all the way to the front cap, and there is some carpet here in this bedroom area, as you can see. Nice strong struts on these. Oh my gosh, wow, that is really strong. That feels like it's strong enough to actually support a pretty nice mattress, because this definitely does not come with a very nice mattress. So curious your thoughts on what you think. Let me know down below in the comments. And of course, if you're looking for your next RV, there is a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a bunch of different dealerships all across the country, as Blue Compass RV has over 100 different stores in 33 different states where you can find your next RV. And there's a link down below in the comments and description to help you find a store close to you. Right here real quick, you have individual switches for slide outs and awnings, and then you have this tank level monitoring system right there as well, and your water pump switch. As we step outside, have a solid step here. It's not weight assisted though. And then you have a little grab handle. You have your white awning arms, black awning fabric. Looks really good. Pass-through storage compartment right here with aluminum framing on this camper. See your 30 amp solar charge controller outlet here. And we do have welds on both sides of all of your frame connections. It's also a heated area in here, so it is climate controlled. You'll have a fully enclosed underbelly, so all your water tanks and water lines will sit above that enclosed underbelly, and the furnace will help keep those water lines and tanks from freezing. No shade installed on the window already, so that's an additional accessory you would need to purchase if you wanted to use that. You have outlets here, nice big storage space there. You have a spot here for an outdoor shower, and then you do have power stabilizers on this, although those are just stabilizer legs on that. This model is going to be equipped to add a retractable ladder if that's something that you wanted to get for your camper. It does have brake and reverse lights on it, and it has a towing hitch off the back, so rated for up to 3,000 pounds. You have a dump valve right here. This looks like it's going to be for your gray tank. It looks like the valves are up underneath the underbelly, and then you have an additional second safety valve right there from what I can make out from what I'm seeing. You also have, with your running gear, see this steel beam right there that stops right here? That's all additional support for your running gear that some campers don't have, so nice to see that on this fifth wheel RV. As we come down underneath here, tankless water heater, standard leaf spring suspension, rack and pinion style slide outs here, and then you have your Rainier tires. Looks like down underneath here, trying to see where, looks like there's just one valve there, and that is indicating that the valve is actually outside of the underbelly, because I don't see any other individual valves. So with that being the case, water connections are right here. Let's see, black water holding tank, gray water holding tank. We have stickers for them right there. Ah, there's the valves right there. Okay, so you pull the valves right there, so they are in the underbelly. And that's a secondary like safety valve right there. So basically meaning your valves are in the underbelly, making this more of a true four-season style fifth wheel RV. For the specs on here, we are at 9,500 pounds fully loaded. Unloaded, we are at 8,133 pounds, and it's 1,367 pounds on the cargo carrying capacity. Want to make sure on the hitch weight on this, kind of what you have for that. So let me find that real quick. The hitch weight as we walk around, it's going to be 1,475 pounds. So that's why you want a 3/4 ton truck. Most half-ton trucks are going to have a payload capacity around like 1,100 to maybe 1,500 pounds. This here is just with the fifth wheel alone. Will start to either overload your payload capacity or get you like right on the cusp where you basically aren't going to want to add any other weight. This is just way too big for a half-ton truck. There's just no way around it. So definitely recommend a 3/4 ton truck. Let me find a price on this real quick and kind of a price estimate on what this model is going to be, and then we'll get this wrapped up. Luckily, there are a couple stores that have this in stock already, and they're priced right at about the $35,000 to $40,000 price range. So pretty modestly priced for a fifth wheel RV. In fact, this is going to be a lot cheaper than a good number of travel trailers out there even. So curious your thoughts on what you think about a fifth wheel RV like this here. And if it's something that you would consider, keep in mind it is on the less expensive end of the spectrum of fifth wheel RVs, but it's a really great practical floor plan. So let me know what you think down below in the comments. If you're looking for your next RV, there's a link down below in the comments and description where you can find a Blue Compass RV dealership close to you, as they have over 100 stores in the US. So we're ready and willing to help out when you're ready to start finding your next RV. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.